We swear a few times in this one, but we're doing our best.
Mum, if you're watching, sorry, we're sailors.
Josh here, and that's Phoebe. Here's our Steely in a bloom. Back at Horizon Shores Marina for a rigging inspection, the final major job before hoisting sail to chase the winter warmth north. Our friends Mel and Fed spoiled us with an old J concert and helped us reload on provisions, getting ready to dip into Moreton Bay and, like Sonia here, dive in to explore some of its 350 islands.
Oh my god, you crazy little dog. What the fuck? You're so crazy. Oh, how did you get up there? It's okay. Do you want to kiss her?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Holy shit. She got all the way from how? Probably behind the tank or through the bilge hole. Did she smell like diesel? No.
As if you can even sniff through that blocked nose.
Oh my god, Mom, you're embarrassing me.
On YouTube in front of all our friends. So this is our number one head sail, or what's supposed to be our number one head sail. Number one meaning it's our biggest sail in area, therefore it will drive the boat the most. The only thing is that it's supposed to be used in light winds, and we were using it in winds that were probably gusting up to 15 knots, and we ripped the hell out of it. Blew the sail completely out. It's very light material. So it's been sitting in storage for
Like 2 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
Now it's sitting in the boat and
It's taking up space.
So we've laid it out to have a little look at it, and it almost looks to me like it's ripped in the same place before and it's been repaired in the same place before. So that will probably mean that I doubt that it'll be able to be repaired. And if it is repaired, it'll probably just rip again. This is only going to be beneficial repairing this sail if we can keep our Hank-on head sail system. If we get a roller furler, we're not going to be using this sail anyway. So I need to figure out how much it's going to cost to get the sail repaired, and then from there, whether it's going to be worth. It's definitely been repaired before. See that patch over there? It's ripped in the exact same place. So it's
We're only as strong as our weakest stitch.
Yes. For those that don't know, our number one head sail is the sail that goes at the front of the boat. At the moment, we have little clips, they're called piston hanks, that go over our wire stay that keeps the mast up. This is the front of the boat, so you clip on and pull it up the stay, and it's sitting at the front of the boat. And this is an old system of hoisting and fitting a sail on a boat. A lot of boats now have a system called a roller furler, where basically the sail just rolls up into a long sausage shape.
And getting a roller furler also means that we won't have to flake the sail, which is where we fold it up really neatly and then pop it into a soft bag like this. But then we have to store it in the V-berth, and it obviously takes up a lot of space. So if we have a roller furler, then we get all of this extra space. So it's been decided then that we won't restitch this.
Well, we're not going to restitch it, but we'd have to get someone, we'd have to get a sail maker. There's a canvas guy here that might be able to do it, but I don't know if they'd even bother. I don't know if they'd even touch it. Yeah. So yeah, gotta go and have a look at that. And yeah, I don't know. The thing is, I don't even know how much this sail would be worth. It's worth nothing, whether it's all ripped and shit. We can't use it and we can't sell it, so.
Also, look at the telltales. It's a bit of a tragic flake, that one.
I don't think so bad.
It's also a tragic head sail, so.
Too big of a bag. Just doing a quick little engine oil check. This is due for change pretty soon, but I've actually already checked the dipstick, but I'm just showing you what we're doing. It is a new motor, but always gonna check coolant and engine oil before we get going. So the oil is pretty dirty. Color of it is quite dark, so it will need a change. We're gonna do that when we're anchored off a tropical reef because we just gonna get going. But
our souls can't take it anymore.
No. We did overfill the well, I did overfill our storage diesel tank. We pump from our storage diesel tank to our day tank, which is also about 120 litres, and then that gravity feeds to our motor. So we don't have any fuel pump apart from the one integral to the Yanmar feeding diesel, so it's all gravity fed, which is a really good bulletproof system basically. Yeah, let's start the motor. Let's have a go. Although we need to open
the seacock. Hold on. This is our little system, so we always know, well, Baz's system, the old boat owner.
No, Tony.
Did Tony make this for us?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Baz.
Yeah, but if we went down the river once to Tony, we didn't open the valve and then
I've refreshed that memory. Anyways, This is our little engine seacock close. You pop it down there, and then when that's, you get the gist. Start it up, cowboy.
It always feels good to be leaving the marina. We're on our way to Macleay Island to have a look at an outboard. That's going to take us about an hour because we're working the tides. We're leaving at 6 a.m. for a couple of reasons. First of which is the wind right now is west, which is blowing us off this rock wall that we're 2 meters away from. Second, so we can work the tides as they're pushing in for the last section to get to the power line. So it's basically the middle of these river systems where it comes into one point on the rising tide, and then at that point it's actually going out on the other end, or it meets in the middle and they're both coming in. We're going to be going to a point, and then as we cross over that point we'll be riding the tide back out. Otherwise we'd be going against tide. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, it's turning out to be a really beautiful sunset. Yeah, also at the entrance to the harbour, it's actually 1.8 meters as well, so we need a bit of tide to get through there because that's what we draw normally. So this is everything here that I'm going to be trying to avoid in reverse, which I'm not a professional at, and also created a bigger problem by the fact that I don't have much steerage in reverse. I'm going to have to really boot it out there, but at least the wind's going to be blowing us away from this rock wall, not onto it, which was happening when we came in. And that little arrow at the masthead is pointing to the west, just inland, and that's indicating that the wind's coming from that direction. So even though it's light, it's going to play a small part in blowing us that way, which is the way we want to be going. So
Oh my god, that's so nice!
yeah, that's why.
Wow!
So yeah, anyway, let's get going.
Sorry about that.
Nice to see you here. For a second, which way we're being blown off.
Oh, okay, so we'll do the bow line first.
I think that's probably a better idea, because then our bow will drift out, and then we can push off from the stern. Whereas if we get our stern out and then we push our bow out, it will be harder. Yep.
Ready, spaghetti?
Ready.
My head just touches the ground. And I got sandals on too.
Not so lucky.
Something I've really started to love about the yachting community is how fucking friendly everyone is. Like obviously there's that nod between truckers and, you know, people when you're driving out bush. You see another car, you know, first car you've seen in hundreds of kilometers, and give each other the wave. I feel like I'm finally a part of a waving community. Yeah, I feel like a bus driver, you know, when you see bus drivers, they give each other a little wave. That's what I can do now with other sailors, except for stinkers. Nah, no wave. You're going too fast. see my wave.
Stinkers, you do this.
Bye, Tulia. Okay, so I didn't get to sleep until 12:30 last night. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Do you remember that I woke up?
I can confirm that is correct because you were quite annoying me when I was trying to get to sleep.
Oh, I was annoying you? No, I was just, you know when you can't sleep, and I was just really like, dark, because I knew we were getting up so early. Last night Josh told me about how this little dog got caught on the inside of the glass sliding door that, you know, for each arm of the marina, and the guy couldn't get his dog because he didn't have a key fob to get in. So I had that in my mind as I'm going to sleep. Anyways, I'm like, just as I'm on the crest of falling asleep, I hear like a kitten. I hear a kitten crying. And I'm really attuned. I've had cats, I've had kittens. I was like, that's a fucking kitten. And I'm lying there, I'm thinking about it, and I was like, there for sure could be kittens here, or people could be coming and dumping animals. So I was like, there's a kitten somewhere, I can hear it, like maybe it's stuck, maybe it's fallen in the water, maybe it's shivering on the rocks. And Josh and I sleep naked, and so I climb out of the hatch, and I'm naked, and I hop out, and then I realize that we're in a marina, and I'm like, fuck, I'm naked, and so I run up here and grab the towel, and then I wrap myself around the towel, and then I'm trying to find
You wrap yourself around the towel?
I wrapped the towel around me. Hop out of the boat, hop over the rail, go up the ramp, go out through the glass sliding door, because I was like, maybe it's in a bin. I don't know, there's some twisted people out there. Naked in a towel at 12:39. I was like, maybe it's in a bin. So I'm walking towards a bin, and then I realized that Josh has been having to let me in because he hops over the fence because we don't have a key fob for the arm. So I'm almost at the bin, and I hear the glass sliding door close. I was like, fuck, I'm not going to be able to get back in because I'm not, you know, tall enough to get over the railing. So I'm running in the dead of the night. I just get my arm in there, and then it opens back up again, and I come inside. As I'm getting on the boat, I was like, fuck that kitten. I'm getting up early. I realised that it was the squeaking of the fender on the pontoon, but I don't know, I'm not used to that sound. Like we lived in the trawler harbour for 2 years, the sound of the fender, so I know what the fender sounds like, but maybe...
No, but we were on a 4.5 pylon that was wood.
Yeah, there would have been different sounds, different harmonics, I don't know, but yeah, it wasn't a kitten. So I did all of that for naught, and then I fell asleep soon after that. Great story. I just had to share it with you. I was going to wake you up and tell you, and I was like, no, it's better for one of us to be tired.
Could you please go and put the back of your hand on the stuffing box, the brass section, and see what the temperature of it is?
Okay. It's warm, but it's not very warm. It's like, if I was to have a bath and the water was that warm, I'd be really sad.
Okay, so it's cold.
Yeah.
That's great.
Lukewarm.
You don't want to be able to touch it. Like you
want to be able to touch it.
comfortably.
Have you seen this motor cat behind it?
Yeah, they're overtaking it.
I got a wave.
So we're making 4 knots under motor right now. There's power lines up ahead, and as far as I'm aware, the tide will turn at those power lines, in the sense that at the moment the water's running out behind us to the river mouth, whereas here the closest point to the ocean is actually that way. So as it runs out past the power lines, it will start running that way, which will mean we're going with the tide, which we should pick up an extra 2, 3, 4 knots pretty easily. Reduced throttle, and there's bugger all wind, so whether we put a sail up or not might be fun, might be a bit of work just to flake it, but yeah, we can see how we go. That distribution lines that I'm assuming goes over to like Russell Island and maybe then Macleay Island, that's distributing it at 275,000 volts. If someone didn't know that they had a little over a 20-meter mast and hit that, they wouldn't need to worry because they wouldn't have a boat left. And if they were still, they probably would be alive. Let's hope that never happens. Because so many people would lose power and it would be so inconvenient. Wild Hogs, Aqua Edition. There is honestly a line as far as you can see. This is is our porta boat. It's folded up on the handrail because it's the best way to store a tender on our vessel, we believe. We're going to use a halyard that goes up to the masthead to a winch here to lift it up so we can set it all up, put all the seats in it, put the transom on it, and then we'll drop it in the water. And you're going to see how. Jump. Mumbo.
Bongola.
Oh yeah, bongo la.
Bongola. Bongo cha cha cha.
Oh. So.
This is really a two-man job.
This is.
Although I've done this on my own.
Yeah, Phoebe's incredible.
You're also I've done this on the deck. You're balancing on the handrails. So we use this just to keep this. Yeah, we use this just to keep it gaping open while we put the seats in there and the transom, and then we take this out and store it back in the bag. So Joshy's getting the halyard ready, and we actually gained inspiration for this idea again from free range, right?
Everything. Everything.
We adore Troy and Pascal. We've learned so much from them. When we were living in the trawler harbour, working full time, only getting the evenings and afternoons to work on the boat, our favourite channel to watch would be free range sailing. They had
Landsman 30.
What was that?
The yacht they had, is that what you're talking about?
No,
oh.
But they also had a really beautiful balance of nature, lifestyle, sailing, their own personal relationship, DIY.
Could you pass me that halyard, please?
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to you guys. They're doing the homestead life.
And congratulations.
Yeah, they got a baby coming. But I'm sure you guys know that.
I guarantee that. Well, you're gonna go sailing on a 30-foot boat with a baby, Troy Pascal? Fuck that. But no, they're gonna do mad shit anyway. Enough about them. Far out. If you want to watch them, go watch them. God. So this is really cool. You just support the weight of it a little bit, and we'll clean it off.
We don't put the bow seat in just because we use all this space for putting groceries and all of our stuff there. That's fun.
We go diving as a dive entry platform.
Yeah. We haven't gone diving yet, but we will use it as a dive entry platform. So they just have these little slide in.
Split pin type arrangement.
Yeah, but it slides into like a little bracket.
Yeah,
on each
but
side.
maybe we'll do a bit better.
Oh yeah, we'll do it.
We'll just show that we're setting up. We won't go into depth.
Okay.
Do you reckon, or?
No, we'll do that another time. We'll do a little segment on our porta boat.
Yeah.
We don't have the time. And Josh has also used some old canvas from our old boom bag, and he's shoved it in on each side because it's just like a black styrofoam type material underneath. So it'll protect it from degrading in the sun, which is great. And then it also color codes with the boat.
No.
So that's super sexy. What were you saying no to?
It's purely only so that this doesn't perish.
That's what I just said.
Oh.
So it doesn't degrade in the sun.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, no, no.
You are wrong, woman. No, no, no.
Whatever. See, they got a porta boat over there too, Phoebe.
Oh yeah. Fam.
Represent.
Well, this is nice.
Definitely don't need to film all this.
Okay. So you would have seen on our Tweed to Southport Passage video, I think it was our second episode, Josh rigged up these new lines for the tender. So one at the bow, two at the stern. And this is the contraption that he was talking about. So you've got that lifting point in the middle, and we'll use the halyard there to raise it and lift it into the water instead of scraping the handrails. But we've already done that in setting it up, so.
Still figuring it out.
A bit counterintuitive. We've got our L plates on. Alpha losers. Okay, let's do it.
So your job, I want the tender to be kept. You got to keep it away from the boat, right? So I'm going to lift it up, and once it's floating. You're right. So you want that bit of wood to keep it away now. Just holding on to that, because that.
I might not use the stick.
Sure. Going down slowly. Holy smokes. Hold on to the boat, hold on to the boat.
Okay, should I take the halyard off now?
Well, you gotta be...
I'll just walk it down.
Underbar, well done.
It's our new dog.
Alrighty. Right.
What tools on the boat?
Okay. So What? I'll just get it in the water so I can start it up. Hang on. Yeah. Got to make sure it's pumping water. We don't want to go too far away.
We're full throttle right now. We've never been this fast in our tender before. We are on the plane, so it's just gliding along. It's been well looked after. It's only had one owner, and he's a marine engineer, so he's done all of the service and everything himself.
I like the left-hand throttle. You want to have a go?
Yeah.
Watch out, it looks like this. Stop. Right, swap.
Anything wrapped around the prop?
So our first issue was that it wasn't pumping water. So Glenn just said, hold on, I'll go get something. It walked off and came back with a little piece of wire that concrete is used to tie Rio together. We unblocked the outlet, and now it's cavitating, and he said, oh, hold on, I'll go get something again. So let's see what he has. Oh, he's sleeping.
Now you know.
It's sleeping.
Yeah. I don't know why, because I had a punt out on a punt.
Yeah.
And the punt was pretty shallow and it just plain.
Yeah.
And it must have got off the speed. That was near new prop. And the bush went in it. And that mob up on Sunshine Coast put a new bush in it, which is twice as good as Yamaha. In the last 2 years they started making the bush for that prop.
Again.
And buy aftermarket props the best, because Yamaha's no good. You have to put that on it. So you can get the prop for nothing, yeah? Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Righto.
So I didn't know it was gone.
Okay.
But then again, I wasn't putting the pressure on it.
So yeah.
We will though.
So the new outboard's on the back of the boat. We've already run out of fuel because we didn't bring our fuel tank over. We haven't mixed up any fuel yet anyway. So Phoebe's on the motor, doing a good job.
I'll blow out some smoke. Stinker.
Yeah. So yeah. Phoebe's on the tools, and I'm feeling like I need to do something as well. So I've got my tools out, and I'm gonna get our outboard up here. I'm gonna put a new propeller on it, check that it fits on our bracket, and get some fuel ready for us to go for our first adventure. We've got 2 islands close by. On the southern side is Russell Island, and on the northern side is Macleay Island. They're both quite, oh maybe it's not Russell, but they're both quite large, so plenty to explore. We got our folding bikes here, just got to get set. Woo! This is the new prop that's going on this new outboard, because this bush in here has failed. So on this outboard, as it accelerates, it's slipping on the shaft. So let's have a go at putting this on. So I've changed the prop, which was probably the easiest mechanical job I've ever done. That's saying something too. So the sun's setting, we're not outside. Well, Phoebe's making dinner and I'm testing the outboard. I've just finished the replacement of the propeller and yeah, just giving it a little run. Easy to start. I mean, I did just have it running, but It's pumping water, which is good. It's good on the plane. I think I can adjust the trim a little bit because the nose is going down quite a fair bit, but that's something we can play around with. Just been having a look. It looks like pretty good fishing along here, so I might come for a fish tomorrow morning. Unreal.
We've got our first mozzie coil of the season burning.
Fresh water. I'm so stoked on this. Outboard's sick. Got my little extended tiller so I can stand, get a good view of what's around, crab pots, any fish activity. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and chuck a lure around all these trees. Got to get a little bit of signal so I can look up how to tie a lure again because I forgot it. Oh, plus it's a pretty nice spot to park up. So I don't have any fishing experience really, although my dad was a commercial fisherman for 10 years or so before I was born, maybe a bit longer, for orange roughy and scampi and Poland line tuna in Port Lincoln. Although a bit before I was born and he stopped doing that sort of work, he decided that he wasn't going to take anything more out of the sea, so he never taught me anything about fishing, which I respect that. And now it's my time to kind of learn to do it in a sustainable way, because the way they were doing it when they were doing it wasn't sustainable at all. You know, they'd pull 100 ton from the ocean, and we just can't, well, I don't believe we can keep doing that sort of stuff. It's not sustainable in any means. So yeah, I've seen lots of mullet jumping around here, which I know for a fact that I won't be able to catch. I mean, maybe, who knows? If I do, that'd be good because I have some bait. But yeah, I'm just gonna play around, and this is just, it's incredible here. It's so incredible. So I don't need to tie a knot because I put a swivel and a locking hook. You can tell me what that is. That's the lure I'm going for. I believe, ow, caught something. That makes it dive. Let's see how it goes. Ferry just went past and there seems to be a bank out there because the waves are breaking, so I'm gonna just fish in here and then I'm gonna go out there, because if that's a sandy flat, then that should have flathead on it. It's only about a metre deep here.
It's a very simple way to connect your braid or your mono onto your leader. There are less turns you need to do.
I got one. Got one. Chill. Hey. Fuck me. Wrong lure. I was using the wrong lure. 43 centimeters. Legal size. Flathead 40 to 75. Fuck, I don't know what that is, but it's fucking taken off. Oh no. Stingray? No. Carp.
Hi! Welcome home!
Thank you. I figured it out.
What did you figure out?
Oh, I figured out how to catch fish. You know that lure, you know that soft plastic we found on the beach?
Out at Crusoe?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's what I started using. I started catching fish.
What have you got? Is it
Flathead.
alive?
No.
Oh, I was going to say hello.
Keep it alive. And then I caught another flathead using the exact same one, basically on the second cast. I caught that on the first cast, caught another one on the second cast that I lost. And then on the third cast, fucking something big got it. Possibly, I don't know, maybe a stingray, I don't know. And just gone.
Well, it makes sense that you found that lure where there were heaps of flatties. That's probably what they were.
Yeah. And the same, maybe, no, I don't know. Anyway, so we're gonna get another one. Because they're just so good, like.
Flathead?
That lure.
Oh.
It's ridiculous. It's like a magnet. Like I'm sitting out there casting, I tried 4 or 5 different types of lures today. All hard body ones, and that was the only one that anything was interested in, was the soft plastic.
What's the size of this one?
45 centimeters.
And the legal size is 35?
40.
40, okay.
Kiss for Sonia. Yay, Sonia. Come on.
Ah! She's defrosted and she's crazy. Yay.
Yay. How long will you stay?
Thanks for hanging with us while we kill time before our rigging inspection, something that we feel is so valuable that it's going to get its own little video before we post our next episode of hanging out at Macleay Island. We'll see you then. Peace.